Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day. A lot of people out there are tired of trying to manifest a specific person. They've tried the techniques, they've tried and tried and tried, and they're not seeing the results, they're not seeing success. Now, there's a lot of factors that go into this. Why you're trying to manifest a specific person, who that specific person is relative to you. This is someone that you've got bad mojo with, someone that you've had bad history with. That does complicate things a little bit. This video is going to help. But this video is also not one of those videos like everyone else puts out that says, just keep doing the techniques. It's you pushed out. It's you pushed out. It doesn't matter. You're just messing up. It's you having doubts in your mind. And it's really easy to say that as a manifesting coach. Very easy to say that. And really, you're kind of supposed to, right? Because you're always supposed to believe that you're accomplishing what you're after. And that is what manifesting is. And that's ultimately how it works. But there are definitely times where you have to adjust your manifesting course. There are times where what you are doing is not working for some reason. Now, I've typically found, I've been very successful at manifesting. I would say literally 95% of the time, I have manifested the individual into my life. About 10% of the time, it's actually not even close to what I was expecting. Sometimes you could just say it was almost wrong, like, ooh, whoops, that was a mistake. I need to be a little more specific about what it is I'm asking for. But 85% of the time, bang on. But 5% of the time, not at all. Why is that? Why are there times that we will fail? And you're going to. You are not going to be able to manifest 100% of the time exactly what you want. You just won't. It's just not how it works. Or sometimes maybe the answer is no. So how do you know what it is? How do you know that I'm just not, I'm screwing the technique up or something like that? Well, let's address that. First, you're always manifesting. Doing a technique does not begin the manifestation process. You are 100% of every conscious waking hour that you're alive are manifesting. Constantly. 100% of the time. Techniques are meant to help focus your energy in a good direction. So it's not the technique. The techniques work. They're meant to focus. Now, again, if you're going off into fear thoughts, if you're going off into, and yes, you can absolutely sabotage everything that you're trying to do. And yes, that can be part of it. So if you're riddled with doubt, if you've constantly got doubt because this isn't happening, I don't see it happening, then that's part of your problem. And you need to make sure to keep yourself focused. You need to make sure you keep yourself focused on the prize. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? Keep imagining yourself in that situation and see it coming true and continue to live that way. Who cares if the answer is no today? Tomorrow the answer will be yes. Don't give up. How do you know when the situation maybe requires you to redefine what it is that you're trying to do? And I'm going to give you an example with my situation. There was a very specific person that I was trying to get with. And this individual was tied up in relationship already, had a child, yet I was still trying to inject myself into their life. And it did not occur. And it would not occur. And it started, like the more I'd push it, it almost seemed like I was getting a resistance even. So I stepped back from it and I said, all right, what is it that I'm really after? And for me, it was a loving relationship with someone I can trust, with someone I care about, someone I can enjoy my time with, someone that I can spend my days with. That's really what I was after. A wonderful individual who I could do all of that with. And I realized, well, it doesn't need to be this particular person. Yes, I love this person tremendously, but does it need to be them? If this person wants to be with someone else, awesome. I don't want to get in the way. That's not cool of me. So that's when I step back and I say, all right, Lord, God, universe, source, thank you for presenting me the opportunity to finally find the right, healthy relationship for me. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, almost immediately. So sometimes we're chasing after something that maybe isn't the best thing to chase after. And sometimes by the universe saying no, it forces you to look in a better direction for your higher self. Your higher self's like that bird flying overhead. It knows where you're going. It knows what's around you. And sometimes it tries to guide you even though you want to do something wrong. Now, there's another part to this, and I think this is very important. And certainly, this can come into play in a lot of situations where there's been breakups, where we've got people that maybe kind of know each other, but we sort of got close, and then I got weird and freaked them out, pushed them away, and now I'm trying to get them back. These situations are very important to pay close attention to. Now, I know us pushed out is something that a lot of people really hold on to. That if you actually go black and white, us pushed out, there's no other thing in the universe, then no matter what happens, they're just a reflection of you. They don't have their own free will because there's no such thing. A lot of people believe in determinism. I actually believe both people like that and people with free will exist simultaneously. So you've got people that believe in determinism, and you've got people literally that are walking around not really all that conscious of what they're doing. They are the ones that are very easy to utilize these techniques to turn them, have them look at you and go, oh my God, you're the person I've been looking for. But there is that group of people that live consciously, that are actually aware of their decisions, that actually do practice free will. Now, the example I like to use to a lot of people is, what if it was you? Say you're someone that likes to date women, right? And I'm a dude, and I want you to want to date me, right? Maybe you're a guy, maybe you're a girl, doesn't much matter, but whatever, right? And I'm a guy, and I want you to date me. I want you to date outside of your normal choice. If you had no free will, I could make you do that, couldn't I? And I think a lot of you would be like, oh, no, you couldn't make me date outside of my comfort zone. You couldn't make me get outside of where I want to be. And I will say, you're right. Because not everybody is literally just me pushed out. You're actually a human being also. You've got feelings. You've got desires. You've got goals. And sometimes it's not so much what a person is to you as much as the person themselves. And when we can step back and truly look at an individual that we care about, the specific person that we'd like to be with, and we see them for what they are, a beautiful being that is here sharing a journey, hopefully with me. And I want to get to know them. I want to get to experience the choices they make, on the life they make, and just really share my experience with them, versus controlling, kind of making it happen the way I want it to happen. Very different paths. And if you're someone that is awakened to the point of making your own choices and making free will your choice, then you don't generally react well to people trying to push that energy on you. In fact, it does the opposite. So rather than trying the techniques more and more and more, you'll actually find they start to repulse the person. They won't even know why. Again, it gets down to kind of that sending energy, right? Energy transformation or energy transfer. You actually put energy on them that they don't want. It feels uncomfortable. You're imagining things that they're emotionally not ready for. And it puts you in a bad light. So now when they look at you, they see someone they're not interested in. And that's the opposite of what you're trying to do, isn't it? So these are the moments where you might want to step back. Letting go, I've talked a lot about. I've got a bunch of videos on it. This might be one of those places where letting go a little bit will go a long ways. We're stepping back and realizing and appreciating who this individual actually is. They're not just potential arm candy. They're not just somebody that can help you raise a family, right? Think of them larger than that. Someone with feelings. Someone that wants to enjoy themselves, enjoy their life. Now, culturally, in some places, that's not as normal, but I think a lot of people these days are starting to wake up to the abnormal. Not everybody wants to be mindless and walking around and doing what we're told, when in reality we'd like to experience the joys of life. And it's a very different mindset. So if you're trying to get somebody and nothing is working, understand you need to change your approach. Now again, if you've changed your approach and you still can't get this person to change, or they're involved in something else, at some point, love them enough to wish them well and reassess what it is you're actually after. Because not every individual that we desire in our minds is necessarily a good relationship for us. And believe it or not, sometimes making a bad relationship choice and then sticking it no matter what will force you to be unhappy and miserable for years to come. It's not always just as black and white as a lot of us want to believe. There's a whole soul connection that happens. Relationships are one of the most profound ways that we can actually interact with another human being and experience soul growth simultaneously. It's not just about dating so-and-so. So understand, if this isn't working for you, it's not because of the techniques. It's because this falls into that weird category where you need to reassess what you're doing. Don't give up on the manifesting. Don't give up on understanding you're 100% of the time manifesting. Understand that something in this particular situation is different. This individual warrants a different approach. That not everybody marches to the beat of the same drummer. You can have whatever you want. You will have whatever you want. That is how this whole game works. Keep working hard. Keep pushing towards it. Keep focused on the outcome. Hold it in your mind. Feel it in your heart. Feel it on your skin. Feel it in your every ounce of your being. And I guarantee you, you're making it happen. If for some reason it's not, it's something special. Don't panic. Just make a tweak. You got this. It's Dan RadioStyle.